I showed you a little bit of the bad, like in the Domino's pizza example. You know, like I said, the good thing was they did come out a video to respond, and they took care of the employees. And 2 years from now, were you going to remember that about Domino's?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I probably won't, but I'm a Papa John's guy. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So so it hurt them. Obviously, people in the room are going to remember. 5, 10 years, who knows? Maybe you do, maybe you forget. But it's also there on YouTube, right? At what point do you take the thank you apology down? Yeah, somebody says never. I mean, at what point do you want people to forget it happened and you take it down? So, I mean, these are all questions. So let's talk about a good use of video. Video to actually kind of inspire people to take action. And so I went to South by Southwest a couple of years back. And actually sat in a panel about copyright, and kind of, my brain opened up and I said, okay, this is this amazing concept around copyright and who owns your video, who doesn't own your video when you upload things, and what's the actual license agreement when you actually upload videos to these sites, who owns the content, who doesn't own the content, things like that. And a great panel of people who said, I don't upload to XYZ site because they technically own all my content forever and things like that. We started thinking about that. And then we also started thinking about, the use of video. We said, let's go back and actually see what people who are friends and detractors and volunteers and everyone else for the American Cancer Society are uploading. And if none of you have done kind of a brand audit around video, you should be, right? You should just go and type in Mobile Loaves and Fishes on YouTube if that's your nonprofit, or anybody else in this room, and just see what comes up, and do the same thing on Blip. All these other video places that are out there. And we went out, we did that, and we saw that we had thousands and thousands of people uploading videos, right? How many of you have actually been to a Relay for Life event before in the room? So a couple of you. So Relay for Life is like an all-night walk around the track, because you never sleep and neither does cancer, and it's kind of a symbolic way that you're fighting cancer and raising money by walking the track. And so we said, look at all these Relay for Life videos that are already out there. People are doing this on their own. Why aren't we as an organization saying, awesome, good, give us more. What can we do to help you? How do we help you do this? And so we went out and we got a grant, which was really neat, to actually go out and do sharinghope.tv, which is now out of beta and fully launched and supported and everything else. And we actually went out and created this site for people to share their videos, photos, audio, and artwork online. We found a great white label partner in vMix. And vMix said, yeah, we can upload videos, put them into channels for you. If people upload photos or music or artwork, we can do that and feed them into channels around different things that you care about. And the big decision on this was user-generated content, right? When we do something like this, we lose the message, right? And you know what? We were okay with it. I had to wait for some people on the legal team to retire to get it through, but we fought the good fight and we won. And what it is we don't brand this as you have to tell some American Cancer Society stint on your cancer story. We say anyone who wants to talk about anything around their cancer experience can go here and share that information. And we made it as broad as possible. Yes, the ACS logo is still on there. Yes, there's ACS people posting content. But it's really about cancer survivors, people who just got diagnosed, people who kicked cancer's ass 10 years ago and want to come and tell their story. This is where we want them to go to share that experience. The other neat thing about this is we created a community. Obviously that was like a buzzword, for the last couple of years, is create a community around your volunteers and staff and people who care about your organization. But we went out and we did this, and we do have an active, vibrant community that uploads, comments. You see these long comment threads of people, talking to each other saying, oh, did you go to XYZ Cancer Hospital? I went there too. And what did you think? And what was your treatment? Or you have this other type of cancer that my child has who's 6. Like, how did you handle it? When you were 6 and now you're all grown up and things like that. So it's an amazing way for them to share their stories. And we all overshare nowadays, right? We all love to put Facebook and Twitter updates and things like that. So when you offer a tool like this to your constituents, they will fill it with content. If anything, we had staff being like, well, how do we contribute? And I want to put all of our PSAs on there. And we had to be like, hold on, let the community build out before we sprinkle in all of our American Cancer Society stuff. So this is what an average page looks like. You can rate, you can see the views, you can see a really simple description. Creative Commons, we're big fans of those, of them, and so we use a Creative Commons license on all the videos, much like you've seen on Flickr, where it's share or share alike or all rights reserved and things like that. The neat part we've been actually trying to do with it is actually build donations into it. So we said we're going to build our player. Of course, everything on everything on Sharing Hope TV you can take off and put on Facebook and MySpace and your personal blogs and things like that, right? The days of everyone coming to your website are pretty much dead, in my opinion. You need to make all of your content portable and put it out there for other people to put it where they want it. And so we made that happen on Sharing Hope TV, and we did a donate button and said people could come and donate, and we're gonna raise the our bandwidth costs, and that never happened. I do a presentation about Confessions of a Social Media Campaigner, and I talk about this because we kind of failed on that aspect. Now, should have the button been a different color? Did we not market it? I mean, there's like a million things, but so far that has not been a major source of revenue to pay for the site or anything else like that. But the option's there on this custom site for people, if they watch something really amazing, to hit that donate button right there. We've just recently made it so you can watch videos in full screen. We're working on, you can upload HD video. We're working on, okay, people want to talk to each other on the site besides comments. You can direct message and things like that. But those are all kind of future considerations we're taking into using the site. The last thing I want to talk about today is a project I launched because of us doing Sharing Hope TV. I saw this need when I go out and talk to people about nonprofits and nonprofits saying we have video, we don't know where to put it, or we put it somewhere but we get like 6 views and things like that. And then you watch the video and you're like, oh, maybe they could have done this, or they could have changed this, or things like that. So earlier this year I went out and founded my own nonprofit organization called Lights Camera Help. And Lights Camera Help helps nonprofits, do better video. We do that through education. We actually come out and teach classes to nonprofits on how to shoot, edit, copyright, the really basic stuff it takes to make a video. And then we also have a volunteer match where we say, okay, you're a photographer or a filmmaker, or you do PSAs, and this nonprofit in Seattle needs that. You're both in the database. We both match it up. We make sure you're a real nonprofit, and we make sure you're not shooting adult movies or whatever it is, right? Whatever the criteria are for filmmaking. And then we hook you guys up. And then the last thing we do is once a year we have an actual film festival, and we only take nonprofit and cause-driven films in our film festival. So whether that's an hour-long documentary that somebody did on your nonprofit, or whether that's your 30-second PSA that you've made to support a local event, we get those in. We just launched this year. The cool thing about this is that we actually have the film festival, we sell tickets, we sell seats, and then every single dime we make by selling tickets to the film festival, we actually give to our winning nonprofit film. So this year it was Art from the Streets, which is a great documentary about a nonprofit in Austin, Texas that does work with homeless people and getting them to paint and then sell those pictures to help them get off the street. And so you have people who go in and they sell their artwork, and one of the people in the documentary made enough money to actually get an apartment for a year because of selling his artwork that one weekend. So it was this amazing film. This is kind of our cheesy check presentation, but I think it's a funny photo. And I think this is going into this. Okay, this is ours too. So the main way, like I said, that we do that is by helping people shoot. So whether it's actually sitting you guys down in our education saying, here's a flip camera, here's the spotlight program, here's how to use it, to actually, like I said, going out and saying, here's how to shoot film, or here's a volunteer that can help you shoot. And so we do that as Lights Camera Help. And I would encourage all of you, if you have films or videos or PSAs, or you want education, or you're interested in being in our database, just go to lightscamerahelp.org. That's lightscamerahelp.org, and once a year we have the film festival. So hopefully all of you that are doing anything from PSAs to documentaries will submit your films this year. And hopefully come back to Austin and all the other places that we plan to have the film festival in the future and check it out. But my final words of wisdom is, next time you're looking at budgeting for the next year or whatever it is, take one of those brochures out. Maybe take one of those direct mail pieces out of your plan and actually put something in to do video and have somebody help you or yourselves tell your story. And if you don't want to do that, have your constituents tell your story for you and give them a place to upload it, whether it's YouTube or Blip or any of the other places. And I know that Ramya and Mike will talk about that as well. So thank you.